This is Tom Biernacki, and this is my 11 must-do tips for blood flow and circulation. So make sure you watch this list because I use this with my patients every day, and we're starting now. Starting the countdown, I go over this with my patients personally. This is what works for mine and what doesn't. I see a ton of patients every day, and there is some secrets because what you think might work doesn't always work. Number one, compression therapy. These are your compression socks, your running socks, your braces. Using compression socks or sleeves can dramatically help increase the circulation. This applies pressure to the legs and helps shoot that blood flow back up to your heart, thus making your heart have an easier time pushing it down because there's no congestion in your feet. Swelling is kind of like a traffic jam on the highway. Arterial disease is kind of like the road being blocked. So if there's construction and the road's shut down, that's a blood clot or artery disease. If there's a traffic and you can't get anywhere, that's swelling. Compression works really well for varicose veins and edema, but horribly for arteriosclerosis. That's why some people hate compression cuffs. This will actually make your nighttime pain worse. So sometimes too much swelling from lack of movement can prevent your heart from pumping stuff. That's what's happening to people these days, sitting on the couch, watching Netflix, working from home. We're gonna go over all that. Compression socks can help. A study in the Annals of Internal Medicine in 2013 found that compression socks significantly reduced leg swelling and improved venous blood flow in individuals with chronic insufficiency. These days, you wanna buy an over-the-counter, like 10 to 15 millimeter of mercury sock. Start with that, 5 to 10 millimeters of mercury, 10 to 15, or 15 to 20. Insurance pays for like 20 and up if it pays at all. A lot of the times it doesn't. And people find that too much compression is so uncomfortable, it cuts into your skin, it causes issues. Number two, regular exercise. I already mentioned people sitting on their butts on the couch, at the computer. You know, we're all guilty of this, especially since COVID in 2020. Studies show engaging in physical activities such as walking, cycling, swimming promotes blood flow and gets your body used to circulating. It releases those good natural hormones and gets you in better shape for the future. Try and do at least a minute every hour. The Journal of Vascular Surgery in 2017 said that doing these interventions, getting up, walking, moving, simple, easy stuff, led to dramatic improvements in foot and ankle swelling, circulation. The top 5 exercises: walking, getting up and moving around. The body weight pushes all that blood through your legs. You have valves in your calf muscles where the blood can't come back. One press or one flex of the muscles will shoot all that blood flow up. That is very good for you. It helps your heart and gets you in healthy, good shape. I saw a study that said essentially if people sit for 3 hours or more, that is more unhealthy than smoking. That's how bad not moving is. Get up every hour for at least 1 minute. Even just press your legs down against the floor if you're on a plane. Calf raises. So simply sitting in a chair and lifting your calf muscles up. So push down with your thighs and lift with your calf muscles. It's so simple, I don't even need to show it. You wanna do at least a minute or two every hour. Every hour you wanna stand for 1 minute and just push up. Even if you're sitting on a plane or a car, you don't have to actually lift your body. Just putting that pressure against the bottom of your feet will push that blood flow through your calf muscle. The next one is leg raises. If you're laying in bed, lift up your legs. So lift up your legs in bed, and I'm talking like 5 to 10 times. That is enough to get that blood circulating and moving. That makes a big, big difference. Ankle pumps. So same thing, just moving your ankles. That alone, it seems like nothing, but that will get that blood flowing. And consistency is the key. Like once an hour, if you're on the plane, train, like I said, or on the couch, lift your legs or walk to the bathroom. If you have a broken leg or something, lift your legs up. That makes a big, big difference. And bicycle kicks. You can sit on your back, moving your leg, pretend you're riding a bicycle. A huge difference. They're easy, it's almost too simple, but the studies are there. Especially in the hospital, in planes, it prevents blood clots. Number 3, strength training. Strength training's huge. If strength training was a treatment, everything else would be way behind. Strength training doesn't mean heavy weights. It means you could basically be sitting in a chair and getting a start. I've had patients who could barely get up out of bed, build up strength gradually. It's never too late. Don't give up. You get your best gains immediately. Strength training is more important than walking, running, everything. That gets your good hormones up. It gets your blood vessels nice and strong. It gets your hormones flowing. So here's specifically what studies show. It gives you vasodilation, number 1. So that means your blood vessels get used to opening. And that's shown in the Journal of Physiology in 2005. It gets nitric oxide production, so your blood flows healthier and more nutrients. That's a study published in the American Journal of Hypertension showing that nitric oxide is produced by strength training. Improved artery function. As you have higher strength, your arteries get stronger. The European Journal of Applied Physiology in 2013 showed this. Get some strength training in. Do some air squats, do some calf lifts, increased capillary density. People who strength train, so even just like standing up on your toes, doing air squats like this, that gives you more blood vessels. It perforates better. This is a great chart summarized by Coach Barkley, but in just 2 to 3 sessions per week for about 3 months, you gain about 3 pounds of lean muscle strength, better metabolism, about 5+ pounds of lost fat, stronger bones, stronger metabolic rate, better weight management, and better blood sugar, less diabetes. Number 5, leg elevation. Elevating your legs above your heart level if you can't move, if you have a broken bone or joint. A study published in the Journal of Vascular Surgery in 2015 showed that leg elevation increases venous blood flow and reduced venous pressure in individuals with chronic venous disease. Elevating your legs can work really well, but I love these pumps. If you're at a desk or a computer chair, these change people's lives as well and really can reduce fatigue. Check the links below. Number 6, massage therapy. So there's a lot of great stuff like skin brushing, which is using a big brush to brush your skin. There's massaging the legs. There's foot massagers. There's massage guns. I love all these things. Realistically, if you get home and you can use a foot massager, I link some of my favorites. I love foot massagers. Let's take a look at these right here. Powerful ones, smaller ones for sitting in a chair. I love all these. They can work out the knots in your hips, your butt, your lower back, your thigh muscles, your calf muscles. As those knots get worked out, these massage guns become exponentially more effective and your leg gets better blood flow, starts moving. In order, I would usually say you need good support. Then number 2, you need good massage. Then number 3, you need stretching. And then number 4, those exercises. All 4 of those are really important. Study published in the Journal of Alternative Complementary Medicine in 2010 found that foot massage increased the blood flow velocity and enhanced vascular function in healthy individuals. Basically, the more massage you get, the looser your muscles are, the better the inflammatory fluids move, the less you swell the next day. Number 7, warm water soak. I'm a big fan of taking a bath using Epsom salts. So Epsom salts, not only do they clean off your thick, dry skin, if you have athlete's foot, toenail fungus, it'll help with that. Getting that inflammation from that thick, dry skin will decrease your swelling, your inflammation, because inflammation causes swelling and swelling causes inflammation. It's a vicious cycle. Warm water soaks with Epsom salts definitely improve circulation. A study in the Journal of Cardiology in 2017 demonstrated that warm water immersion actually improved blood flow and decreased resistance and peripheral arterial disease. Number 8, missing nutrients. This means good diet. If you're heavily overweight, you gotta lose some weight. If you're eating sugary foods and you have diabetes, you gotta correct all that. There are specific nutrients that help with poor blood circulation and poor blood flow. Actually, 2 different pathways. One is getting the blood flow down, that's the arteries. One is the veins getting the blood flow up. So they're 2 different systems, even though they both can result in swelling and pain in the feet. You want omega-3 fatty acids, you want some magnesium, you could use some rutin, you can eat vegetables, whole grains, fruits, meats, get your B vitamins in there. Realistically, you could even get a blood test to see what's missing. The bottom line is, to make it simple, cut out the garbage calories, the sugar, the high diabetes inducing food, all that unhealthy stuff. Get natural healthy food like lean meats, healthy vegetables, green vegetables. This has been well studied. I could cite 8,000 articles, but this leads to healthy arterial blood flow and endothelial function. Number 9, horse chestnut. I included this one specifically because it's a very popular one for swelling and varicose veins. It's mentioned by a lot of people, especially in the news. Horse chestnut extract has been traditionally used to support venous health, reduce swelling in the legs. It is believed to improve blood flow, strengthen capillaries. Very well studied. There's a lot of studies out about horse chestnut. Check that out. I have some links to some of my favorites below. Number 10, hydration. This sounds counterintuitive. Hydration, by drinking enough, it actually keeps your kidneys flowing. You don't retain as much salt. It kind of clears your body. Realistically, if you have congestive heart failure or kidney issue, drinking too much water can lead to some issues because you could retain some water weight, but we're talking for the people who don't have kidney failure and don't have congestive heart failure. But if you do, always check with your doctor because too much fluid could actually cause even more bloating. But we're talking for eating salts, things like that in your diet. You want blood flow to help maintain circulation. You don't want your blood to be as dense as it is when it's dehydrated. You can look at your urine. If your urine's like a dark color when you pee, you're probably dehydrated. If it's nice and clear, you're probably well hydrated. Nonetheless, 8 glasses a day is probably a great start. 11, health issues. So diabetes, peripheral arterial disease, smoking. If you have underlying health diseases, the number one thing you can do is work with your doctor to take care of that. So stop your smoking, stop eating sugar, lose some weight, and put pressure off your heart. These are complex topics on their own, but the reason I mention them is I know they're common sense, but the reality is this guide and every other YouTube guide is completely worthless if you don't fix these major underlying issues. A study published by the American Journal of Physiology, Heart and Circulatory Physiology in 2017 said basically if you have these issues, none of these tricks will work. So for example, if you're smoking, it doesn't make sense to just eat healthy. You have to stop smoking as well. Weight loss. I'm just gonna toss this fact out here. If I put 1 pound in a backpack, so pretend I was wearing a backpack right here. If I'm wearing a backpack and I put 1 pound, and as I'm walking, that increases my surface pressure to my toes, to my feet by 5 pounds. So it's a 5-to-1 ratio. For every 1 pound you lose, it's 5 pounds less on your foot when you're walking. That is huge. That should be a great motivator right there. Simply just wearing less clothes is less pressure on your feet. That's how you have to think about it. Get that weight down and get healthy. Avoid prolonged sitting. I talked about exercise, getting up and moving. Studies show that basically if you sit all day long, like 3+ hours at a time, that is as dangerous for your health. Basically, any patient I see, I would expect rapid improvement for them doing these things. If that helped, give us a like, give us a subscribe, and check out these videos. Hey, guess what? We have a phenomenal book. I believe this is the premier book on chronic nerve pain and peripheral neuropathy pain on the planet. I've put years of work seeing tens of thousands of peripheral neuropathy patients, working with some of the best diabetic endocrinologists, the best doctors, the best neurologists, in building out this book. For you, my viewers, we have a discount code available. Get on our mailing list and get that book down here.